Hello, 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 hello. This is Larrissa with Be You Beautiful One. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. Well, guys, we're continuing on with the process of how to set up your In Touch devotional junk journal style. In this video, I will show you how to put together your junk journal style devotional using a booklet binding method. So why don't we go ahead and get started now? So now we're ready to begin the binding process. And so you want to line up your pages as closely as possible to the middle. Get everything secured and get your binder clips. And you can use as many clips as you feel comfortable with. I try to keep mine as close to the middle as possible without bulking it up, and so I will keep applying the tension. And make for sure your pages are turned all the same way, including your decorative pages, and make for sure your pocket and your booklet is faced the same way so you don't have an upside down booklet. I have done that before. Sometimes I like to use 2 clips at the top. Okay. And so if all goes well, my holes should go right through the middle here. If all goes well. So I'm going to put down some extra protection on my desk. Can never have too much protection, so I have this is an actual crafting cutting board. I can't remember where I got that. These are those 2 Dollar Tree cutting boards. It's really meant to like cut like stuff in the kitchen, so your vegetables and fruit, but I'm really using a lot of pressure to get the hole through. So I have this mat, but obviously I don't want to ruin it, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom to get the maximum cushion I need. And I might be overdoing it, but listen, I don't want to ruin my stuff, so I'd rather not take that chance. And then for this, the book is just a nice way to cradle the center of your junk journal. And so I just put it there. Now, if you want, you can measure out the distance of your, I'm going to do 3 holes in here to create the holes to sew my yarn through, which will bind the pages to the cover. You can measure it out if you want, or you can eye it. I'm going to eye it because yeah, I just will. And sometimes it helps to keep the pages bent when you do this. Okay. And then with the awl, you can just basically push it through. And it's already gone through the book, see? And that was just pushing it through. That's why I have all these protective measures. Because if I push through. Sometimes I may not realize, especially when you're first learning how to do this, you'll push it through and ruin your furniture. And when I first started, I was working off of my coffee table. And so I wanted to make for sure that so see, here's the hole. And it's a little bit off center, but it's okay. And I think the reason why it's off center is just because of the expansion of the book. It just goes off. So I can do it backwards if you want. That way when you're doing your sewing, it's even that way. Let's see. Let's do it right here. When I first started to do this, I would use screwdrivers. So see, it is off center, but it'll look better on the outside. So you decide. I think I'd rather have the inside lined up to make for sure I don't get any words. Okay. Cover any words is what I'm saying. Let's do the third one. This one's not going through so easy. Okay. That one was a lot better. And then sometimes, just to make for sure my holes are all the way through, I'll go on the reverse side and do it a little bit more. And I forgot to tell you guys, I usually Mod Podge my covers. And Mod Podge is like a sealant that gives the paper a nice coat, a little bit more durability. You know, it's meant for like scrapbooking where you're putting like multiple things down like a collage, and it adheres everything together real pretty. Well, I use Mod Podge for my covers and it helps not to break the pages. But I would do that first if you want, or if you're following this video and doing it as you're watching, you can always go back and Mod Podge, and I could show you guys that at the end. But you will want it to dry for like an hour or two, depending on how much you put in there. So now we have our 3 holes that we're going to use here. Okay. Make for sure you secure this, because you never want anyone accidentally stepping on this. So you got your stapler secure, you got your awl secure, or whatever you want to call it, along with your needles and scissors and all that good stuff. Now I'm done with my books and all my protective gear. And again, I'd rather be on the safe side and have more than not enough, because sometimes I feel stronger one day than the next. Okay, so I like to use embroidery floss. And I got this huge package from Michael's. I got it on sale. I can't remember. It was under $5 for sure. I mean, they sell them individually. You could get really fancy with these, but I enjoy using this. And let's see, I enjoy having a variety of color to choose from. For demonstration purposes, let's pick out something that is going to stand out. Let's pick out blue. Now me, I like to pull out a lot of string, because I never want to be in the position of not having enough. some people like to do like from here, from their wrist to their elbow, and that's one length, and they'll do that like twice over and call it a day. But it really just depends on your book. I would probably at least have do the length of your book, three times, right? And then fold it over to double it. That way you're sure that you're going to have enough. I still have way more than enough. But I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay, so my string is pretty long. Mine is probably about 4 times the length. And then I folded it over to get the same length. Okay? Alright. So now I'm going to take my waxing tool here, and you just put this through the groove, slide the yarn through, and it's going to give it a nice coat of wax. And it's not necessary, but it does help. And normally I would run it through the wax tool like a couple of times at least. And then we're going to thread this. And I probably am going to start doing some junk journal with me videos to demonstrate to you how I use my junk journal. I haven't decided that yet. Now, so again, just like you're going to sew, you know, anything else, you want to have your double string there, okay? I do not tie my string together at this time, so you want to leave these loose. That way, you have wiggle room, and you're also able to, like, if the string gets caught up, you're able to adjust the string as needed. I start in the middle hole, and I poke it all the way through. I like to leave my clips in. That's just me. You can take your clips out if they get in your way. Hold down the tail end of the string. You don't want it to go all the way through. Now you want to, okay. Now you want to take it into the top hole or the bottom hole, whichever way you go. It doesn't matter. String it through. Make for sure all the string goes through to the other side, and that is tight, and that you have no buckles of your string. Now skip over the middle hole, take it through the third hole, and so basically your string has overlapped the middle. Okay, you want to give it a nice tug. You don't want to rip the paper, but you want to make for sure that your string is tight. So now you need to do the third hole back to the first hole, the middle hole. You're bringing it up and through. And you just want to give it a slight tug to make for sure it's tight. Flip it over. A nice little tug. You don't want it to be like horrifically tight, but you do want it tight. And so sometimes I'll wrap it around my one finger to keep the tension there, I like to take my needle and take it up under here to grasp the actual sewing, so that the sewing is in the middle of the two ends now. Some people like to go back through their booklet from hole to hole. It's totally up to you. I don't find it necessary for this, so I don't. And now I'm gonna tie, make sure you keep the tension there. You want your pages to be nice and snug, but still flexible. Tie a tight knot there. Okay. And now you can choose to cut this either short or long. Sometimes when I keep it long, I will string some beads or some charms on it, and I'll use it as a bookmark. So it could look like this, and you can have it as a bookmark, you know. It's totally up to you, or some people like to have some dangling at the bottom there. It's just a total preference point. It doesn't matter, you choose. And you do want to have, I would have probably, if I would have slowed down a little bit, probably put my hole up just a little bit further towards the edge. I don't want it to be super close, but you want to make for sure everything is snug. This is not bad, but I probably would have put it like right here. So it's really a preference. But if you just want to get it done, then you just get it done. And so there's the booklet, right? And all my pages are nice and snug. I have my pocket. I can put all my unique stuff in there. I have my pages put together here. See? Now I can have some additional writing space, drawing, stickers, washi tape, whatever have you. And they're not going to fall out. They're nice and snug. Put you some quotes in there. And then here's the middle page. I made that hole extremely big. Put too much pressure on that hole, but you learn, you live and you learn. Okay, and so now, like, I like to decorate this middle page and have fun with it. It's totally up to you because it doesn't go with the lesson. So maybe you want to put like a prayer list here of different things, especially if you're part of the Good Morning Jesus devotional group. You can, those people who are listing off prayers in the chat room, you can write down the prayers in here. You can write down your prayer requests, your praise report. There's so much you can do with this centerpiece. You could just decorate it. For this month, I put stickers down where I can notate different things that I was reading. And I had a lot of deco stickers. So it's totally up to you. I mean, have fun with it. Enjoy your journal, your devotional journal. And I think the best thing about this is that when you come back to your devotional journal style, what you will do is reflect in a different kind of way. It just won't be black and white paper, but now you'll have like things that you can contribute to what you read. And so it's a fun tool. It's fun to keep these and then go back through them at a later time. You can add pictures to this. You can do whatever you want, you know? So, but that's all. Here is again another pocket in the back of here. And I like it. And now with this, you could take Mod Podge. Let me grab my Mod Podge. So this is Mod Podge. You can get it at any craft store. It's a sealer, it's a glue, and it's a finisher. And sometimes what I'll do is I will take stickers or scrap pieces of paper and cut out something, and I'll decorate my cover, and then I will seal it with this. I can use it as a glue adhesive and then layer my decorative piece on top and then seal it with this. You don't need to overuse it, but you want to make for sure everything is covered well, and then give it a few hours. If you can do overnight, that would be better. And it's just wonderful. It leaves a nice finished product. Again, you can get this at any store. This one is a gloss. They have matte, they have glitter version or whatever, but think of a collage back when you were in school and your teacher had you to cut magazine articles up and put them on poster board. Well, you would glue down everything and then you would seal it with this, and it just makes everything adhere to the paper and gel together. So I love using this for my cover. I hope this video was helpful for you. I know that the paper and the washi tape that I used and the colored thread that I used were not the pleasant, but it sticks out and it helps you to see the differences between the items. So that is all that I have. Well, guys, that ends this series. I hope you enjoy your journal devotionals that you will put together. Please comment below and let me know how you're doing with your devotionals. By the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. So next time, you will be the first to be notified whenever I go live or post a video. Thank you for joining me. God bless. Bye.